Today I'm in the Woodyard. Firewood sales are up, up, up. Everybody's selling wood now. Yes, firewood sales have been fantastic this year for me and a lot of people on the channel that have been commenting. People I've talked to at shows, people that I've done emails with back and forth, people that are in the industry that sell wood. I got one guy in particular, I just talked to him last night on the phone. He had called me in the past and had some questions, so I called him back, and he sells wood out east. And this is only his third year of selling firewood. His very first year, he had 10 full cords, and he said he sold it all by Christmas. Last year, he had 30 full cords. He said he sold it all by Christmas. This year, he said he had 60 full cords, and it's already gone, and it's not Christmas yet. So he said it just keeps growing. Now, because he's new to the industry and he's growing his business, he's going to have a fast growth curve. That happened to me. It happens to most people. Generally, you have no concept of the market that's out there until you get into it, and then you find out there's a lot of people that want wood, and it accelerates very fast. So if you are selling wood or just beginning, you will find out that you cannot produce enough wood fast enough. Like I've said many times on the channel, for those of you that have been around a long time, the right amount of wood to have on hand, whether you're cutting it for yourself to burn, cutting it for yourself and giving some away or sharing it, or if you're cutting wood for family members that want to use it, or if you're like me, you burn some wood yourself and you sell some wood, more is the right amount to have. You cannot have too much wood. It is money in the bank. I always tell people, produce as much as you can. And I know I've talked to several other people like Russ from Willie's Firewood. A little bit every day goes a long way. If you can just stay on it, try to produce some wood every day. Every time you get a chance, even if it's for a half hour to an hour, if you can get 4 or 5 hours in, keep producing wood, because it is not something that pays dividends like a regular job. Like a regular job, a guy goes to work, you work 40 hours a week for 2 weeks, you get your 80 hours in like a lot of people do, and then they pay you. It doesn't work that way with firewood. With firewood, you cut the trees, you cut the logs, you split the wood, stack or pile the wood, and then you sit on it for months until it's ready to go. Now this wood behind me is all white oak. This has been in here now for a couple months. It's not ready to sell yet. This won't be ready probably until next spring. That's my guess. It's going to dry pretty fast because of the way it's in the bin here, nice and high, fluffy. It's not stacked, it's piled so air can flow through it. It's in the open, wind can hit it, sun can hit it, it'll dry pretty fast. But with most firewood guys that produce stuff, they're going to have a certain amount of wood, they're going to stack it up or pile it up, and if you're cutting from green trees, you have to sit on that stuff for months. Generally, if you're cutting a dry wood like ash, 3-4 months, it's ready to go. Some people can cut it and sell it right away because they're selling it to people that are heating with a wood boiler or a wood stove where the dryness isn't critical, but it does matter. So a lot of times people, when they cut wood, they think, oh, I can sell it right away. No, it takes months, years in some cases. If you're, we got cats. If you're cutting big wood, boiler size wood, wood that is for production, wood that is that you're going to be selling, and if it's bigger stuff, it's going to take months or years to dry, especially if you've got big stuff. And a lot of people think they can sell it right away, and you can if the people you're selling to know that they have to dry it or that it's going to be ready for next year. And I have some customers like that. I've got several of them that buy a year or 2 or 3 in advance, and that's great. But most people that I sell to are buying what I call drinking wood. They want to buy the wood today, burn it tonight. They want dry, ready to burn wood now. And it takes time for it to dry. So what you have to do is you have to get your bank of firewood built up so that when people want it, 6 months or a year from now, you've got a supply. And if you start selling wood, you find out that you sell it really fast. It's generally because you got good wood, good service, you're in a right market, you're in an area where there's a lot of people that want wood, and you are in a good prime location. Now, if you're out in the middle of nowhere in the sticks, you're probably not going to sell a lot of what I call drinking wood. Most of the people that live out in the country are going to want heating wood because they're trying to save money. And unfortunately, a lot of people that heat with wood, they want the best wood possible at the cheapest price. And those don't always really go together very well. So there's that. But if you're selling wood in a suburbs or a city area where you've got lots of people, I've got about 250,000 people here in my area that I can sell to. Most of the people I sell to, they're buying wood to have fun. They're buying it for auxiliary heating. They're buying it to sit by the fire and enjoy life a little bit. They're not buying wood to save money. They want a little extra heat, or to heat a room, a sunroom, or if they've got a room off to the side where they got a fireplace or a wood stove or a garage they're heating because they got a workshop. Those are the kind of people I'm selling to. People that burn wood in their backyard patios, on vacations when they go camping, stuff like that. And you will find that as you sell wood, you'll get more and more and more referrals. You'll get people that will send you more people. I did one of those yesterday. One of the deliveries I did yesterday was a referral from a neighbor. It was literally, I delivered a week ago to one guy, and I've delivered to him 2 or 3 times in the past. Well, yesterday his neighbor called me and said, "Hey, can I get a load of wood?" I said, "Sure, when would you like it?" He said, "As soon as possible." So I delivered it yesterday. And so he got a full cord. And there's a lot of people like that, that I will get referrals from people. They'll call me and say, "Yeah, you just delivered to my neighbor Joe, my guy I work with, my friend Bob. Can you bring me some wood? He said your stuff was really good." It really accelerates really fast once you get into the market. And if you give out business cards, if you let people know that you've got wood and you advertise it, if you inform them that you've got all this wood available, you will sell it fast. So like I said, more is the right amount of wood to have. You will sell it very fast, and I have found that some people will even sell their stock because there's got cats all around me here. Oh, there's one right behind me. So you will sell wood very fast, and you always will want more. And the good thing about firewood is that it is like money in the bank, but better, because it doesn't depreciate. It actually goes up in value. If you've got a bunch of wood, got cat mania going on here. If you've got a bunch of wood, it will be good for years, especially if you keep it off the ground, keep the top covered, keep it so that it can breathe. The wood will last a very long time. So money in the bank, but better, I think. That's just me. All right, we're gonna load some wood. We got cats over there, we got cats over here, we got cats in front of me, we got cats over here. They're everywhere today. I don't know, I must smell good or something, or bad, one of the two. Let's chuck some wood. So this first load we're gonna put on is for 5 face cords, or 1 full cord and 2/3, which means I've got to stack it because I can only fit 4 in here loose, a full cord and 1/3. But if I stack it, I can get 5. This is a customer who's been buying wood from me for probably 7, 8 years. He always gets 2 full cords a year, but this year when he contacted me, he says, "Hey, can you bring me as much as possible right away because I'm running low?" I said, "Well, I normally bring you 4, but I could fit 5 in the trailer." He says, "Do that." So I'm gonna bring 5 face cords, or a full cord and 2/3, and then he'll probably order again because it's early winter now. It's not even, we had snow the other day, but there's a long ways to go. So he burns a lot of wood. He has 2 fireplaces and a fire pit, and they burns year round. So I think we're gonna do well with this order. It's for mixed hardwood. He said, "Just bring me good wood for the fireplace." He said, "I don't care what it is, just a variety's fine." So I've got a little pile right over here I'm gonna clean up where the cats are. There's a whole big pile of cats there and some wood. We're gonna clean this little pile up here, and then we're gonna go over to the bins. We're gonna empty out a couple areas in the bins there, and I gotta do a bunch of stacking. So this is gonna take me about an hour to do this load, which is one of the things I don't like about stacking wood, is it takes too much time. And I'm running out of time. I only got about a week left. I'll be 100, so it's time to get going. That, my friends, is a beautiful thing. That took me an hour and a half. I went to 4 different bins, 4. I cleaned one out over here to this side. I took off all the ash and maple that was in there. Then I went over to where there's ash, maple, and elm. I took a bunch of that out. Then I went to the hard maple, and then I came over here to a pile of oak, and I finished it off with oak. Now this guy in the past has ordered all oak, and he's ordered mixed hardwood. And this time he told me, he says, give me a mix. So I noticed in here in some of the piles too, I was digging in, there's a bunch of beech, there was some hickory, white oak, red oak, hard maple, soft maple, elm, ash, a potpourri. That's what's in here. It's everything. So it's going to be good wood. Some of this wood is almost 2 years old. Some of the stuff that was gray and black, you probably saw some of this stuff that looks like this, the silvery kind of color. I had a guy in the comments just the other day ask me, he says, hey, is the wood that turns silver any good? I said, yeah, usually means that it's dry. So there's that. And then the next stage after it's silver look, it turns black. I'll show you some right here. So this right here is what wood looks like when it's not exposed to sun and water. And then if you look over here, this is the top of it. It kind of turns that silvery color. And then once it gets silver, then it'll even start to turn black. And you'll see that a lot with most of the hardwoods. I guess some of the softwoods too. Here's a pile of some old stuff in here. You can see this is all gray. Kind of got a bunch of bark in there, but that's a lot of ash that you see in here. And then right next to it, you're going to see all this hard maple. And this stuff has been split now for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that. It's been a little while. We'll walk around to the other side over here and you can see. So this I've been digging into. I did moisture test this, and this is all below 20%. It's 17, 18%, but you come around to the other side, and I haven't dug into this side. See how silver this is here? So it's starting to look like it's more weathered. And then over here, you can see there's some more darker colored stuff, more darker colored stuff. But this got snowed on yesterday too. We had rain and snow. As you can see, there's some snow there. So it actually darkens it up a little bit more. But eventually, it'll turn on the end, like you see this right here. It'll turn black like this. And this is a piece of ash. So you can see kind of the color that it turns. And that's not bad. It's just kind of not as nice looking as all. But it's actually a good thing as far as the dryness of the wood. If you've got silvery looking stuff like you see here, or if it starts to turn almost black, that usually means that it's pretty dry because it's been out in the elements for quite some time. And usually, you know, half a year to a year, it'll turn that color. Unless you're keeping it, you know, covered with a tarp and you've got it stacked and it's all protected. But as the rain hits it and then it dries, rain hits it and dries, rain hits it and it dries, the sun is on it, it'll actually start to look that color. It's just a breakdown of organic material. So you can see here this oak, see how dark this is right in here. I'll pull a piece out so you can see it. So there's a really dark one, but look at the other side where the sun and the water's not hitting it. So that's just the other side of it. But then you look here and it's real dark. Or if you look at this piece and the piece that was right next to it, see the difference in the color? And look at the other side that was not exposed. So not a bad thing. It's actually good. That just means that it's aged, seasoned, dry, ready to burn now. Okay, we're gonna put the tarp on and we're gonna go down the road and do this delivery, and then I come back, I'm gonna bring my little trailer and I'm gonna load a load for tomorrow morning. That way I got it done for today, it's ready for tomorrow. So that's what's gonna happen. This is gonna be a big steamy dump.